Alright, responding to a couple of videos by John and Nick. Yeah, good video, John. Relaxing, comfortable, laid back. That's good. Yeah, the whole change thing, the whole conflict thing is the whole thing is built out of weird stuff. The fact of the matter is my best friend I've ever met on this whole stupid internuts, is a person who I just ripped the shit out of, in one video. I don't think anger and being pissed off is an unnatural thing, and I don't think there's any point in being too careful in how we communicate, because sometimes that caution just disguises the real subject, disguises how real the subject is to us, even how important it is to us. Sometimes people won't realize that something's important to you unless you make it clear that it's important. So yeah, and then underlying my existence is this idea that there's this stick, this stick twisted inside my guts for my whole life, and it's the stick is that this world is fucked up. All right, and it's not going to get better by a bunch of people having little casual conversations about, oh yeah, that's too bad, that's it. No, we got to get mad at each other. Okay, if we're fucking up, somebody's got to tell us we're fucking up. All right. Yeah. And the style thing and the personality thing, it's there's that constructive criticism thing, and that's important. So it's good for people to get all, to be honest about how they're reacting to me. That's okay. But part of me, the logic that part of me runs on is that to get where I want the world to get to, people are going to have vision, and they're going to have enough vision to be able to see past book covers and dirty messengers and all this other crap, and they're going to have to just get to the truth. You're going to have to be able to see past what's carrying the truth, or what's delivering the truth, or some other, how ratty the car is, or, how crinkled the envelope is. They're going to have to still open it and read it. So from my perspective, it's sort of irrelevant. And I don't know, I mean, I'm just making a convenient rationalization because I don't want to accept that I have to moderate or change how I deliver shit. But I know it. You can see it. I mean, I do have to do this style stuff. We can't just do this vloggy thing. We have to augment our message with the proper images and the proper music and the atmosphere and the mood. And it's a little disappointing that so much of communication has to be dressed up in the political signage and balloonerage, and we can't get the people energized unless we're playing the right song, and it's that's a little bit shitty. But whatever, look, I'm new at this shit, right? It's only a couple of years, and maybe I can whatever, move from this position to some related position. But yeah, I'm not gonna, I don't think, well, who knows, you never know what I could turn into. Who knows, I could be hit with a brick tomorrow and be a completely different person. I love everyone. Love, love, love. Ooh, God, that word just gives me such a creep. Anyway, okay, enough said. Alright, so I will comment though. Tuber guy left a comment on your video that's rather remarkable, so I thought I'd read it. Stating stats and showing diligent research can often make someone appear intellectual or intelligent or insightful, and it can also make you think that their conclusions are therefore correct or supported. Well, first off, the idea, every bit of the idea of every video I've ever made is not to give people a conclusion and say, here, accept my conclusion. No, the idea is to give them the tool, the logic, the mechanism, the pieces of the conclusion, and for them to think it through themselves and draw the conclusion essentially themselves. All right, it's about having the materials, the facts, okay, and to put it together yourself, give you the pieces of the puzzle and say, yeah, go ahead, put the puzzle together and see if you can make it come out some other way. All right, that's how the conclusion should be drawn. They should be each individual should draw them themselves, okay? And they should be able to, you give them the dots and then you say connect them. And if they connect them into something else, well, then you got something to discuss. But if those dots only lead to one drawing, then that's the way it is. And so that's a bogus argument. I'm not some preacher preaching some archaic bullshit book of, you know, believe it or not. You know, it's not like that. You either understand it or not. But if you're going to be honest, I don't think you're going to draw any different pictures than I'm drawing when I present the facts. It's deceiving. Someone can lead you down a logical path to a completely illogical conclusion. What is that? I mean, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. I mean, somewhere the logical path they led you down has to have some unlogic in it to get to an illogical conclusion. So I don't even buy that statement. The conclusions are completely irrational. Completely irrational. So you can take a logical path to a completely irrational conclusion. Is that what you're saying? I don't think that makes any sense. And to debate or present an argument is absolutely futile. Well, you haven't even tried. Okay, so your argument was you're a commie and should get the hell out of the country. Now, your argument was I'm going to do my superiority dance in your face. That was your argument. What kind of argument you made? Your 8-minute video telling people that they got to be stunningly out of their mind to stay here. If they're not a pretty white boy like you. You know, hell with that. All right, it's absolutely futile with this kind of personality. Oh, it's about a personality again. Whatever. You're not making a logical argument. You're not making a rational argument. You just threw out a pile of crap. I mean, it was absolute crap. You didn't have some sincere question. Oh, why are you people staying here if you want a country that does things any different than we've established how it should be? I mean, it's just so idiotic, and you can look through our American history. By that standard, we should undo women's rights. We should undo the Emancipation Proclamation. We should undo, you know, federal regulations on the environment. We should undo all of these things that we progressively changed, okay, because people didn't leave the country. Oh, God, you are incredible. You made a dumb video. You should just damn admit it and fess up to it and leave it at that. But no, if you're going to keep defending it, I'm going to keep shoving it down your throat. All right, nothing wrong with being diplomatic, John, but you don't need to apologize for anything. No, well, he doesn't. I agree. He doesn't have to apologize. We did our little spitty-spatty back and forth, and it's done, okay? No apologies necessary. People don't need to change, but they should modify their behavior for the sake of interaction with others. Well, what modifications do you make to your behavior, fella? I'd like a little list of that. Where do you moderate your behavior? As far as I'm concerned, it seems like you're just some sort of arrogant, pontificating prick who sits there and says, this is the way life should be lived, the way I live it. Okay, and if you live it some other way, you're wrong. You know, well, F you. I don't have to live your way. I don't have to live by your values. I can argue for something better and different. Whatever. For the sake of interaction with others, right? Well, that's the key word there, right? So I have to come to you. Your culture is the right culture. My culture is the wrong culture. I've explained. I'm not a Christian asshole, okay? I haven't fallen for the dopey, idiotic 2,000-year-old Kool-Aid, all right? So I don't have to play by those rules, all right? Words don't, they're just fucking words. If you can't get past words, your brain is done. It's cooked. It's finished, in my opinion. That's what we call being civil with each other. Well, that's the key word, though. You see, you're just defending, you're saying it's civil for you to essentially call me a commie and say, get the fuck out. And you say that's a civil interaction. Well, newsflash, I say it's a very uncivil, rude, obnoxious, arrogant, and just profoundly ignorant thing to do. To be rigid and unwilling to do so simply repels people and makes you deserving of the lonely life you get. Oh, loneliness. That's what it's all about, right? It's not about having an argument. No, it's about some kind of, oh, he's a lonely man. Like that's somehow relevant to anything. No, not relevant to a goddamn thing. Frankly, I don't want your life, okay? I don't want your succubus wife. I don't want your little kids, your little whatever they are, your little spawnettes. So you can have what you got, fella. And yeah, so I don't know. There's no envy here. So your little pity, save for somebody else, okay? One thing I'm grateful of, I was smart enough to avoid that trap. So anyway, and the rest, good video, blah 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 blah. So yeah, well anyway, you haven't brought the argument, and it's just that simple. You haven't brought it in text, you haven't brought it in a video. There's nothing. You got nothing. Okay, all you got is cheap cliche slanders. That's all you got. I can build an excellent straw man, and watch me tear it down. I mean, it's just so obvious the game you're playing. All right, so on to Nick. Sorry about the